I mean, there was so many times earlier in the season when you guys didn't shoot well from three, there was kind of a hanging of the heads, and it seemed like they just hung in there and waited to pounce and make a move and found other ways to try and win the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing we've been trying to talk about really all year long is like you're not going to make shots every night, and we're going to be a team that has no chance to compete unless we make shots. And there's I think just a mental resiliency component to okay, I got to do other things to find a way to win. And like I thought we generated really good threes, and like I give Kobe a lot of credit. He comes off of a game of 44, and then he can't make a 3-point shot tonight, but he's in the game. And same thing with Trey Jones and all those guys. They just kept playing and competing, and to me, that's what we've got to establish with these younger guys is that because you can't. You can't play in this league over 82 games and just rely on making shots. Right. And there's got to be other things you got to do. So, we got to the free throw line tonight. We handled the backboard. We didn't turn it over. If you look down and say, okay, we didn't shoot the ball well, but we got crushed on the glass and we turned the ball. Now you have no chance, right? So I think we did other things that helped us really stay in the game.
Josh continues to just be just kind of a positionless basketball player that's just impacting the game. Are you seeing him playing his best basketball that whether you've seen it on film at OKC or even earlier this year where he's just making things happen? I mean, he's the point guard, but he does so many other things.
I really appreciate him because I've moved him off the ball, on the ball. Like, he can play anywhere. He's got a really good IQ and feel. He's been trying to do whatever he can do to help the team. Like I said, I think earlier, I think you're seeing, like, he had a couple shots blocked at the rim, but after the first one or two, he started stopping and he started throwing the ball back out and he started generating really good looks. Now, we didn't make him, but he made the right play. Right. And then there was times where he did get downhill, and he found his way to the rim or got fouled. But I really think he's got a nice mixture of taking his shots from behind the line when they're there. I mean, obviously, he made a huge one tonight. And then, getting to the rim, and now, okay, this may get blocked. This may be a tough shot. Now I'm finding other guys. So he's really complementing, I think, all the aspects of his game. And then he's given us a lot of rebounding and pushing from defense to offense.
The way that Trey has turned it on in the fourth quarter, the last two games, just what do you think is kind of setting him apart in those situations? I
mean, he's just, he's got something. He's got the it factor to me. He really does. He's just a winner. And I think you could, so much, you can look at size and length for position and do those kind of things. And he probably doesn't have any of those things. He's got really good speed. He's really tough. He's got a high IQ. He understands competition. I think he can really stay in the moment and compete. But, the last two games on the road, he's been great. And he's been very, very consistent of who he is as a person, too. I think, he's a great guy. Guys really enjoy being around him. But he's got a lot of substance. He's got a lot of competitive character to him, a great deal.
You guys are trying to build this young core. As you spend more time around Trey, do you feel like he can be another kind of crucial part of that?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, Kevin and Zach and Trey, all three of them have been, tremendous additions to our team. And then I think the other part, since you're mentioning Trey, I certainly hope so. I know he's going into free agency, and we'll see how that plays out. But, in terms of a guy that, when you start to talk about, having 82 nights, and not to say he's always perfect, but, like I said, he understands competition. He understands what goes into it. And, he made a big three in the Orlando game out of the corner, and he made a big one tonight at the top. But, I really felt like a lot of our guys did a lot of really good things away from just scoring. He had a great steal. We were in zone, and I think someone reverse pivot. He kind of shot the gap and got out in transition. But there was a lot of, Kevin Herter made a couple plays. Zach did. I thought Jalen played really, really good for that stretch, that second unit. I was encouraged by them. The first half, our second unit was not very good. I thought in the second half, the first half, not very good. Second half, I thought they were much better. So I think, again, as I mentioned to Joe, we just got to find, just and I know it sounds cliche, but you got to have a competitiveness that's got to be rooted in the stuff that you can really control. And the unfortunate part with the game is a lot of times the stuff you can control is not fun. But that's really ultimately, what impacts the outcome.
Thank you, Coach.
Great. Thank you.